Okay, so we start with the first kingdoms. It's called Kingdom Protoctista. Kingdom Protoctista a bit special. You still remember just now I said why we need to do the classifications, right? When you do the classifications, one of the reasons is we want to know how close the two organisms, when they place in the same kingdoms or placed in the same, for example, class, how close they are. Protoctista are a bit special. Protoctista, basically, I can call it as a dustbin, okay, of the eukaryotic cells. Why is it a dustbin? So basically, those organisms, they are not fungus, they are not plant, they are not animal, they are unicellular. We throw them into the Protoctista kingdom. So basically, Protoctista kingdom is a very, very huge and diverse. So sometimes, even though we place them under the same kingdom, they are not really closely related, right? For example, if we put humans, tiger, okay, and rats, we place under kingdom Animalia. We know all of them, they are animal. Correct not? The features roughly will be the same under animal. No cell wall. Can see that. Heterotropics, no cell wall. Correct not? Okay. But the thing here is when I put it, the organism in the Protoctista, doesn't mean that they are closely related to each other. So we're going to look at it why later. Okay. So the idea here is something like a dustbin where you won't be able to place that particular organism into animal, plant, or fungus kingdom. Basically, they will be inside this Protoctista. Are you clear? So the member is called as a Protoctist. Highlight a member is Protoctist. As long as they are not animal, plant, and fungus, we'll place them here. So because they are eukaryotic cells, so means that they have a nucleus. They have the mitochondria, chloroplast only in the photosynthetic Protoctist only, Golgi body or Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum they have because they are eukaryotes. Okay. So for locomotion, Protoctist may have the cilia, flagella. Okay, having a 9+2 arrangements of the microtubules. So the kingdom Protoctist make up of two very diverse groups. One is the protozoa, means the animal-like cells. So it means that if you look at the features, the protozoa are closely related to the animal rather than the other Protoctists, even though they are placed in the same kingdom. Another group is called algae. It's a plant-like cell. So if you compare algae and the protozoa, they are totally different in terms of the features. For example, algae, they have the chloroplast. Protozoa, they don't have chloroplast. You look at algae, they have the cell wall. Protozoa, they don't have cell wall. But we still place them into the same kingdom, but in this case, special. It doesn't mean that algae and protozoa, they are closely related. Are you clear? In fact, protozoa are most closely related to the animal. Algae are closely related to the plants. Okay. So nutrition can be varied also according to the Protoctist. So if algae, then autotrophs. If the protozoa, then it will be heterotrophs. Okay. So sorry, my mistake. Not protist, Protoctist. Correct. Okay. So if the protozoa, okay, protozoans, then this one hetero. Okay, heterotropics. Okay, trophics. Okay, heterotrophics. Okay, saprophyte and parasitism different. Saprophyte means that feeds on the decaying material. Parasitism means feed on the living organism. Okay, so in terms of the reproduction, it can be sexual, okay, or asexual. Okay, but no matter how mitosis take place or meiosis take place, are you clear? If asexual means that mitosis. So how we classify them? So mode of locomotions recognized in the Protoctist, including the pseudopodia locomotions, means that you need using the pseudopodia. You can flagellum locomotions, okay, or ciliary locomotions. So how they move, okay. So kingdom Protoctista, a little bit for us to find out the characteristic features. But we do know that they are eukaryotic cells. So as long as eukaryotic cells, so some other features that you can put it in. For example, they have nucleus. Cannot. Okay, what else? Because they're eukaryotic cells, they have the membrane-bound organelles. Okay, the ribosome in the cytoplasm is ATS ribosome. Okay, what else? But these are not special for the Protoctista. But the question asks, okay, let's say for example, essay question. So if essay question only 4 marks, I mean 4 points, what else you can write? Because the question asks you for the features of the Protoctist, basically means that they must have the features of the eukaryotic cells. Can you see that? Okay, so what else? So we talk about the linear DNA and histone, because all of them belongs to these eukaryotic cells features. Can you see that? Okay, so single cells or a group of similar cells. So we have the animal-like cell with no cell wall, known as protozoa. Okay, other we have plant-like cells with cellulose cell wall and chloroplast, known as algae. So these are the main features. But a thing, let's say for example, if come out with the essay question, then we have to include other features which belongs to eukaryotic cells, which they are these features, they are general features of all eukaryotic cells. Are you clear? So anything special? Nothing special for Protoctista here, except they are eukaryotic cells. Okay, most of them, they are unicellular. That's all. So we won't be able to find out a very, very specific characteristic. Why no? Because Protoctista is to say that they are something like the dustbin. So it means that quite diverse in terms of the features. So you won't be able to find out a very, very precise common features for this kingdom. If you talk about eukaryotic cell, also not specific. If you talk about unicellular, also not specific. So it means that in this case, no. Question won't ask you what is or what are the specific characteristics of the member in this kingdom Protoctista. Are you clear? Generally, they are unicellular. Generally, they are unicellular. They are eukaryotic cells. So what are the features can put it in? For example, they have nucleus, they have membrane-bound organelles, give the example, and then with the ATS ribosome in the cytoplasm, then they have linear DNA with the histone associated with linear DNA and encapsulated inside the nucleus. Okay, so some phylums, some phyla under this kingdom Protoctista, again, you do not need to remember. Okay, as long as I put it, you know this kind of title, no need to remember. Okay, just understand. Just know. Okay, so we have amoebozoa. Amoebozoa, basically they use a pseudopodia to move, like for example amoeba. Okay, Coelophora, for example, we have learned before the paramecium. Okay, so both of them, they have a special vacuole called contractile vacuole because they live in the fresh water. So they need to expel out the extra water to prevent the bursting. Okay, so Coelophora, basically they move by using the cilia. Okay, then we have the Euglenozoa. Euglenozoa basically means that they have the, can you see that? The flagellums. Okay, they have the flagellums to move. Then we do have this Amicoplexa. It's the one that form the spore. This name you are familiar with, Plasmodium, okay, falciparum, the one that causes malaria. Then we have the diatoms, okay, Bacilla rheophyta. Now, if you look at something called phyta, basically means that they are previously placed under the plant. Phyta for plant. Are you clear? But now we detach them out because why? They are unicellular. Okay, they are unicellular. What else? We have the chlorophyta, the algae, carry out the photosynthesis. Can you see that? And then we have the rhodophyta of the seaweeds. Okay, and mycota. Mycota, if you look at the word mycota, basically means that previously they are placed under fungus. But after that, because they are not suitable, because the features not totally fungus, we remove them from fungus and place them here. Mycota basically means fungus. Phyta basically means that plant. Okay, we look at phyta means plant. Look like plants in this case. Mycota look like fungus, mushroom. Okay, so that's something like a yeast in this case. Okay. So again, do you need to remember all those phylum or phyla? Answer is no. No need to remember at all. It's just for your information only. Some of them I introduce you guys because they are related to a certain disease. Okay, they are related to certain disease. Okay. Now, let me off the record.